What up, YouTube? This is Jay Beezy. I'm back. I just want to do an update video of why Pumpkin was gone for so long. This was kind of getting to the bad and ugly. And could have been worse, but it wasn't. So, late October, probably like a week before Halloween, I dropped the car off, and this is 2022. October 2022 is when I dropped the car off. And the timeline is from there until about March 30th, I think, is when I seen the actual post. And then it kind of trickled into the first few days of April. So I dropped the car off at Lethal Performance and Dyno Inc. in Jefferson City, Tennessee. What ended up happening was it was like March 30th when the initial post was made on Facebook. So thank God for social media because that's how I found this out. Initial post was made then. I think I came into it. It was like the fourth day of the post, third or fourth day of the post, which means I got to it right around like April 2nd, maybe, or so. It may have even been April 3rd. So at the end of the day, I dropped the car off there to get the heads readdressed because that car was in Tennessee at some point in his life. And actually, the owner of Lethal Performance and Dyno, he actually used to work at the other place, Crazy Colors, and they did the heads there. So I told him, I said, I got a receipt for it. I said, but it's very vague. What do y'all kind of do? Let me know the process. Do you think I need to get them readdressed? He's like, yeah, I will. We had issues, yada, yada, yada. So I took it up there to him so he can basically do the head and the cam package. And, I wanted to get it to make the power that I really wanted to make. And he did a pretty good job. I've never had an issue. Well, it was a post on Facebook about March 30th. And it was like, hey, if you got your car at this shop, you need to come and get it. Police are up here. They're handing out keys, yada, yada, yada. Now, keep in mind, like I said, I'm like 3 or 4 days behind. This post has already been made. I'm 3 or 4 days behind. So, upon reading all this, I started seeing where it's like people's parts are missing, engines are missing, transmissions are missing, cars just not completed. So the whole time when a car is up there, I've been getting a runaround about, well, we're waiting on test speed to send the heads back. Now, this went on for a while. So, I mean, I know like December, I think I reached out to him and he reached back out to me. Like, well, we're waiting on test speed to get the heads back. Waiting on test speed, get the heads back. So, they went from there, and then I think I called for an update, and like, it may have been like February. And I know at one point I talked to him in March too. Same thing. We're waiting to get the heads back. Waiting to get the heads back from Texas Speed. So, on one of those posts on Facebook where it was talking about get your car, somebody took a picture of the sign, and I could see like my car off the glare of the windshield back in the background. So I'm like, oh, thank God, there's my car. It's still up there, and I'm like, at least it's got wheels on it. So I'm gonna fast forward to like April 3rd is when I got a hold of my insurance company. I got Haggerty. I bought the car in Savannah, and I knew I was going to drive it here, the LS7, have head issues. So I'm like, well, if I can at least get the car to Jefferson City. So I got to get it home to Chattanooga first, which is about 5.5 hours away. Then I'm like, then I got to eventually get it up Jefferson City, Tennessee. And it made it, no issues. And so when I did my Haggerty insurance, actually I paid us like an extra $175. They'll tow it up to 150 miles, and they stick to their word. So at the end of the day, on April 3rd, I think that's when I may have seen it or trying to get my wheels turning on, hey, I got to get my car back home. I don't know if it's got an engine in it. I don't know if it's got the heads are off. And so actually, Christy, she really helped me out. She went up there, and actually, we scheduled for pickup for the April the 4th. And so Christy ended up getting up there. I told her, I said, hey, just do me a favor. I said, when you get up there, and she had to get the key from the actual owner of the building, which he sell trailers right on the side of that Lethal Performance and Dyno. So, but he's the owner of the building. So Kristen went up there, and, to meet the tow truck driver. I couldn't because I was real busy at work and we were kind of slammed, so I couldn't go. Kind of wish I was able to, but it still worked out in the end. So when she got up there, I said, hey, just see if the car got tailpipes. I said, if it's got tailpipes, it's probably got an exhaust. So, she had to do the get in the vet emergency procedure, using the key. So she got in there. She's like, yeah, it's got a tailpipe. So I told her, I said, when you get done with that, just get inside, see if it's got a shifter. Then we know it's got a tranny. So she got in there, and she's like, oh, you got a shifter. And she said, I checked it. It goes in the gears. I'm like, okay, sweet. So now the suspenseful part is it should have the heads off, and what are we going to do now? Because now the car should be inoperable. If it don't have any heads on it. So she popped the hood and she took a picture. And then when she took the picture, I seen the engine covers actually on. So I'm like, it's got the engine covers. I'm like, well, if it's got the engine covers, then it should have heads on it. So she popped one of the passenger side, I think, engine cover off. She pulled it off, and then I seen the coil packs and all that stuff. So at the end of the day, my car was sitting there for 5 months and hadn't been touched. The car still had heads on it, and all that. A big sign of relief was when the tow truck driver got there, and then he was like, well, I can winch it up on the flatbed. He was like, I really don't want to. So he's like, well, hey, let's charge the battery for a little bit, see if we can't get it to fire, and then we can have you drive it up. I'll spot you, you can drive it up. So actually, they got it to fire up and drove it up on the ramp. Or she drove it up on the ramp while he kind of moved the wood and took care of that. So I got to give him a shout out to Haggerty Car Insurance, because they actually stuck to their word, and they told it, I think it was like 143 miles from Lethal Shop to where the car needed to go in Chattanooga, and they actually shipped it. Didn't cost me anything. So that's kind of a rough update of what happened. I was actually very lucky and very fortunate. The only thing I walked away with was a dead battery. Now, I did get my deposit back. It was $3,000 deposit on, I was going to have them do the heads, the cam, master cylinder, update master cylinder on the car. And so I put a $3,000 deposit down. Now, I did lose about $2,500 worth of parts, because it's a lot of missing parts too while this going on. Like I said, motors missing, trannies missing, and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, I ended up losing $2,500 in parts that I won't never see. And that was $500 ZR1 Aspect I bought from him. I had mailed them an Iron Mask ported MSD intake manifold. And that was around $1,500. So I'm not going to be able to get that back. And then a Nick Williams 103 I bought from a guy, I think, for like $420. And I shipped that to him also, that I bought on my own dime, shipped to him. So I won't be able to get that back either. So all in all, I ended up walking away with I lost $2,500 worth of parts that I'm sure I won't never see. And I did get my $3,000 deposit back. Barclay, they're real good about refunding when you have an issue or disputes. So they got that back to me immediately. So that's kind of the wrap up of why Pumpkin was gone for so long. And, it's already been to a new shop. So I've got another shop. And I've actually talked to this shop quite a few times over the years, and never been a customer of theirs, but just asked it and kind of maybe seeing where I want to go with the car. They're in Georgia. It's probably about an hour and 40 minutes away. So actually, I had got the car back. I did have to take it down there because I had a small issue, but I've already got the new heads on the car. It's been tuned. drives a lot better than when I first got the car. And I'll post that video probably after I get the car back this next time. So their customer service, I gotta admit, their customer service is best I've ever dealt with any shop. Hands and communication by far. I mean, they're light years ahead of other shops as far as the ones I've dealt with, or it's just you're just kind of not in the know. So sorry to kind of make this video a lot longer than I thought I would, and you just hear me rambling on. But I'll let y'all know the update, the final dyno numbers and all that stuff and my impressions of the car. It sounds, I will say this before I leave, it does sound a lot different than it did before. And as far as exhaust, back was changed and the tune. But I'm telling you, to me, it sounds amazing. It's brung more lope out of the cam. You can hear it now real good. So I'm very happy with that. Power wise, I thought it would make more, but talking to them and kind of with the overlap of some of their cams they got, I would have to have a really big cam. So I didn't get 600 rear wheel horsepower, but that torque curve is amazing. So I'm gonna leave y'all here, and that way I don't keep rambling on. But I'll give y'all an update video once I get the car back and I see what minor issue we got going on. Well, it's not nothing major. The car drives good and drive fine. I'm just kind of having a little issue with the warm, hot start, which those cars too just have a lot of heat underneath the hood and stuff like that. So I'll see what they come back with, and y'all take care, be safe. Thanks to my subscribers, and thanks for viewing my videos. I really do appreciate it. Y'all take care. Bye.